What if I told you that a man who cleaned floors for a living became a millionaire, not by luck, but by changing one habit? This is the true spirit of determination, discipline, and believing in yourself. Daniel was a janitor in a large office building. The city was still asleep when Daniel unlocked the heavy glass doors of the tallest office building downtown. The streets were quiet, the air was cold, and the only sound was the soft squeak of his cleaning cart rolling across the polished marble floor. Every morning he arrived before sunrise. Every evening he was one of the last people to leave. His uniform was clean, his paycheck was small, and to most people he was invisible. Employees rushed past him carrying expensive laptops and designer coffee cups. Some nodded politely, but many never even looked at him. To them he was just a janitor. But Daniel never let their opinion define him. As he swept floors, he quietly whispered the same words every single day. One day my life will change. One day I will build something extraordinary. Most people would have laughed if they had heard him. A janitor becoming successful? It sounded impossible, but Daniel believed that impossible was just another word for not yet. One rainy evening, after finishing his work, Daniel noticed a book lying on a conference room table. It had been forgotten after a business meeting. The title caught his attention: The Millionaire Mindset. Curious, he picked it up. The security guard told him no one had claimed it for weeks, so Daniel took it home. That single book changed his life. It taught him something he had never heard before. Rich people don't only work for money, they make money work for them. He read those words again and again. From the day forward, Daniel promised himself he would never stop learning. Every lunch break became a classroom. Instead of scrolling through his phone, he read books about business, investing, leadership, and communication. Every evening after work, while others watched television, Daniel studied online courses and listened to motivational speeches. His salary didn't increase overnight, but his knowledge did. And knowledge, he discovered, was the greatest investment anyone could make. Daniel wasn't paid much. After paying rent and buying groceries, there wasn't much left. Still, he made a rule. No matter what happened, he would save at least 10% of every paycheck. His friends laughed. You're wasting your time. You'll never get rich saving pennies. You should enjoy life. Daniel smiled. He never argued. Deep inside, he knew something they didn't. Small habits create big futures. Month after month, year after year, his savings slowly grew, not because he earned more, but because he spent less on things that didn't matter. Every night, while cleaning executive office, Daniel observed the business owners. He noticed they all shared similar habits. They arrived prepared, they kept learning, they solved problems instead of complaining. Most importantly, they respected every employee, no matter their position. Daniel realized success wasn't about having a perfect job, it was about developing the right character. That lesson became part of his life. One evening, while he replacing cleaning supplies, Daniel noticed something strange. The company wasted huge amount of soap, paper towels, and chemicals every single month. Boxes were thrown away half full. Equipment sat broken for weeks. Thousands of dollars disappeared. Because no one paid attention, Daniel spent several nights creating a better system. He organized everything. He calculated costs. He found way to reduce waste. Finally, with shaking hands, he asked for 5 minutes with the building manager. The manager expected another complaint. Instead, Daniel presented his ideas. The manager listened carefully. After reviewing the numbers, he was amazed. Daniel's simple plan could save the company thousands of dollars every year. The company implemented his suggestions. The results were even better than expected. Soon Daniel received his first promotion. For the first time in his life, someone saw more than a janitor. They saw a problem solver. Years passed. Daniel continued learning. He attended free businesses seminars. He borrowed books from libraries. He asked successful people questions. He treated every conversation like a lesson. Then one day, opportunity knocked again. A small office owner asked if Daniel knew anyone who could clean their building on weekends. Daniel smiled. I can. That weekend, he cleaned the office himself. He worked harder than anyone expected. The client loved his work. Soon they recommended him to another business, then another. Within months, Daniel had more customers than he could handle alone. He hired one employee, then three, then 10. His little weekend business slowly became a real company. Years later, Daniel stood in front of the very building where he had once pushed a cleaning cart. Only this time, things were different. He wasn't wearing a janitor's uniform anymore. He was wearing a business suit. His cleaning company had won the contract to service the entire building. The security guard who remembered him smiled proudly. Congratulations, Mr. Daniel. Daniel looked around and remembered every early morning, every lonely night, every moment people ignored him. He didn't feel angry. He felt grateful because those difficult years had built the person he had become. As his company grew, Daniel didn't waste his profits. He invested carefully. He bought equipment. He trained employees. He invested in real estate. He built emergency savings. While others chased quick riches, Daniel chose patience. Year after year, his wealth quietly multiplied. Then one unforgettable afternoon, his accountant placed a financial statement on the desk. Daniel looked at the number. He blinked. He checked it again. His total net worth had reached $1 million. Tears filled his eyes, not because of the money, but because of what it represented. Every early morning, every sacrifice, every book, every rejection, every small decision had led to this moment. A young janitor later asked him, Sir, what's the secret to becoming successful? Daniel smiled warmly. There is no secret. The floor I cleaned yesterday made me disciplined. The books I read made me wise. The money I saved gave me freedom. And the dreams I refused to abandon made me successful. Remember this. Your current job is not your final destination. Your background does not decide your future. Your education, age, or circumstances does not determine how far you can go. The only thing that truly shapes your future is what you choose to do every single day. If you keep learning, if you keep improving, if you keep believing when nobody else does, your life can change in ways you never imagined. Because success doesn't begin when you became a millionaire. Success begins the moment you refuse to give up. And perhaps, just like Daniel, your greatest story is only just beginning.